Hi everyone, this is a quick Japanese breakfast I did. The marinade I am making is based off of something I tried a long time ago, and I had found a version of it online, so this is what I'm trying. And it tasted just like it, which was really good. So I started off with some miso. I used red miso because that's my favorite to use. I also added some soy sauce. You might be better off using low sodium soy sauce just so it won't be too salty for your taste. Or you could use some sweet soy sauce just to add a little sweetness to it, just in case you don't want to add any sugar. Also, I added some sugar, maybe like a teaspoon. Also some garlic powder, some cooking wine that I have, Shaoxing cooking wine. You can use sake, but I didn't have any on hand, so I just used what I had. Or you can use mirin. Also, I added some paprika. You can use regular paprika or smoked, or use sweet paprika like I did. And also add some sesame oil. And this made enough marinade for maybe like 2 pieces of fish, so I had some left over that I will be using again. This marinade you can also add to like some chicken wings that you can bake in the oven, or you can use it as a really good salad dressing on some veggies maybe. And I just mixed it up, and then it was ready to go on my fish. Now this would probably keep in the fridge maybe a week. I wouldn't go any longer than that. And I just put the marinade on my fish, just enough to cover it, and kind of spread it around all on the sides and on top of the fish. One thing I will recommend is, depending on what brand of fish you're getting, make sure that you get all the bones out. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of pin bones, like I did in this particular brand that I had. A side dish I made was some shiitake mushrooms that I put in the oven to go with my fish. Just some soy sauce, some sesame oil, some garlic powder, and also some mirin that I didn't show. I forgot to show that part. And some black pepper. I just gave them a quick stir, let them sit while I waited for my oven to preheat. I also made some rice to go with my bowl. I could have made an omelet, but I didn't have the square pan that you usually see for like a typical Japanese recipe. But I have a cheat that I use that I discovered a long time ago. It was kind of a craze, using like the little plastic bag. So I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. I actually put it on the roasting option, and I let it cook for 15 minutes. I also made a quick miso soup. This is actually a brand that I really like because it's instant. It has a lot of mushrooms, and it has green onions in it. All you have to do is just add hot water to it. Not necessarily boiling, but It's pretty good. I actually put it in my mom's Mushu mug. And it's just a little brick of soup that looks just like this. You can actually see the green onions and mushrooms in it. It has like a bunch of different mushrooms. Shiitake, some enoki mushrooms, and some other ones. It's actually a spicy soup, which is really good. It's not too salty, and it's actually vegan. I'm not sure if I said that already. I got it from a website that I like to get some vegan products from called No Pig Neva. I'll share that in the description. And it really comes together really quick. So I just let it sit for a little bit after mixing it up. And you can see all the different mushrooms and green onions in it. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to use boiling water. I just use really hot water from my faucet. This is what my fish looks like, and my mushrooms. I cooked my fish a little too long, but it was still moist in the center, so it was still good. And this is what my soup looked like after I let it sit for a bit. It was really good. Sometimes I like to add a little soy sauce to it just for some flavor, but I didn't do that today. I plated my meal in this bowl because I wanted to take it to my computer room so I could edit a video. However, my plating did not go as planned. I just added some jasmine rice that I cooked to my bowl. I added my mushrooms, and however, when I added my fish, it didn't exactly want to cooperate. It almost fell out of the bowl and almost knocked over my tripod. Well, it did knock over my tripod, but it was still good. It still tastes pretty good, and it still looked okay. Can't complain. Luckily, it didn't fall on the floor. But I still had a pretty good meal despite having to pull out some fish bones while I eat. But this was a really good meal. I think next time I probably will try to make the Japanese omelet. But like I said, I don't have the pan, so I'll probably just do the egg in a bag. So yeah, that's my fish. It didn't want to cooperate, so I just had to flip it over a bit. It was still good, just despite having to pull out bones. But it was still a good meal. Just add some green onions at the end, and that was it. Oh, I also added some togarashi too, which has some chilies, black sesame seeds, and seaweed.